I would like to share with you some of the very important techniques about meditation. Many times, our Zurmang Gharwang centers requested me to record about meditation because centers can use this as a manual for students to practice together with the lamas in center. And I thought maybe this is meaningful. Probably there will be 5 sessions. As we all know, meditation is very, very important, particularly in Buddhism, to achieve temporary relief from suffering, and ultimately to achieve permanent peace and happiness. Meditation is very, very vital. This 5 session of advice about meditation, I will base on the Moonbeam of Mahamudra by Trabo Tashinamgyal, which I think is very, very auspicious, and I'm very happy to share these teaching with you all. According to Trabo Tashinamgyal, he clearly stated that we must have control of our thoughts. We have to tame our mind. After all, mind is like a master, and our speech and body is like the attendant. And the moment we lose control of our thought, this is where we will face with so many level of suffering and difficulties in our life. And most importantly, understanding about the mind itself is very, very important. In order to do that, listening and contemplation is not enough. We have to meditate. So meditation is one of the most efficient tools to actually tame our mind and also truly realize the essence of our mind. As Dasa Bhumika Sutra explains, everything is indeed a creation of mind. Mind is the artist who have painted all the different, or like an architect who have built this internal and external world. So we have to know our mind deeply, and in order to do that, we have to really practice meditation. The 2 most important point, which is how to meditate on our essence of mind, and the second is the different process of meditation. And when we start to focus on essence of our mind, this point, the main point, has 3 sub-points, which are all realities are but mental phenomena. And the second point is all deficiencies arising from not meditating on the true nature of mind. And finally, the benefit arising from meditation. So the first point, sub-point, which is all reality are but mental phenomena, explain that everything that one sees is in fact simply the projection of mind. And then if you ask how come, if it's mind, then how we see things and feel things externally, if it's mind, because a mind does not have any form or color. So how you explain this? Let me explain this first. The nature of mind is emptiness, because there's no substance at all. And and second, what's the characteristic of mind? It is a luminous. So it's not just empty space. There is something which wisdom is involved. And finally, the appearance of mind is spontaneous. So the reason why we are seeing things externally is not because they are there. This is simply because when we fail to recognize or realize the true essence of mind, and this is mainly due to ill effect of ignorance, and from beginningless, due to our wrong perception, we tend to see as me and someone else others. And for many, many lifetime, our tendencies have solidified. And that's the reason why, even though things do not exist logically, but somehow we tend to see them externally. But in fact, that is not there. As Saraha explained, even water, when winds try to stir the water, eventually it turns, it becomes solid as rock. So mind is the one when it starts to stir our thoughts, and then this how things are created without any basis. So it's like mine is like an architect. Architect can dream about something and think about something and start to build on his concept. So similarly, mind is the one that build everything externally and internally. So once we lose control of our mind, and there's no way to free ourselves from the suffering of world. And again, there are people may ask, how come if there's only mind, how come this samsara and nirvana has come about? This is mainly due to ignorance and due to wrong perception. Due to wrong perception, this will create dualistic thought, and this is mainly not knowing the essence of our mind. So when we are confused, this is called samsara. The moment when we are free from the dualistic mind, then this is called nirvana. So there is actually there's not vast differences between samsara and nirvana. When you are confused, this is called samsara, and once we are free from this confusion, and this is called nirvana. So basically, it points to our mind. Mind is the one that creates everything. Like for instance, like when you look at on the mirror, you will see yourself there. But actually, you are not there, but you can still able to see due to different cause and condition. Even though you are not there, you cannot be inside the mirror. And this is simply, you are seeing simply the reflection of yourself. So similarly, according to Buddhism, whatever you see externally is in fact just the reflection of a mind, the wrong perception. And this is the reason why we are seeing things externally. Without proper listening, without proper contemplation, and most importantly, without meditation, we won't be able to free from this misperception. And this is the reason why we are encouraged by all the gurus to practice meditation. Now, coming to the second point, which is the deficiency arising from not meditating in the true nature of mind. Someone may have owned so much of food, so much of drink, but sometimes such person may die of hunger. And this what happens even when you know Dharma. If you do not meditate, then you are dying even when you own so much food to eat. Someone who may, such as like a banker in today's term, may see so much of wealth, so much of money, and may count so much of monies of others, but banker himself or herself may face so much of poverty. So similarly, if you do not meditate, even if you know so much, it's not going to help you. And finally, like someone who works in very expensive places, like someone who helps king or queen, you may have all the wealth, but then you don't own anything. So this what explain that if you do not meditate, even if you know it's not going to help. So there are many reasons why meditation is very, very important. Now, coming to the third point, benefit arising from meditation. Even you may listen to teachings for eons, but without meditation, it doesn't really help. So if you even meditate for moment of in a moment, the benefit is in so much compared to just listening. Because listening and contemplation will not free us from the circle of rebirth, old age, sickness, and death. Only meditation is able to break this circle. When we practice meditation, it helps us to abandon attachment to all the worldly things. After all, the attachment is the one that which imprison us for many, many lifetimes. And when you meditate, we are able to clear away all the doubts. Otherwise, we may be so confused, then we always follow the wrong way. So when we meditate, the clarity and the focus improves in us. So this is how we are able to overcome all the doubts. And also, meditation helps us to acquire miraculous power. With this power, we are able to benefit oneself and others. We are able to tell what is wrong and what is right, and what will affect us, and what are the things that we need to do to improve our life. And also, meditation helps us to acquire or give rise to love and compassion, which is very important because, according to Middle Buddha, love and compassion is the one which give rise to Buddha and Bodhisattvas. Without love and compassion, there is no Buddha and Bodhisattva. So meditation helps to acquire such quality. And ultimately, meditation is the one which helps us to acquire enlightenment for the sake of all being. And there are many reasons why meditation is very, very important. Because without knowing how we can improve meditation, without knowing the reason why we meditate, then it will never help, and we will never generate enough interest to carry on with such important practices in near future. Because today, many of us, we practice meditation simply to relax our mind, but that is not the purpose for most Buddhist practitioners. Our main goal of practicing meditation is ultimately to acquire enlightenment. And this is the most important goal that we, as a Buddhist, we are looking for. And meditation is the only tool that can bring us this goal. And this is the reason why meditation is so important.